The car has a sexy ass. I've been looking at like details of the car, but I think really it's the silhouette that's the most sexiest thing about this car. So I think if I can represent that somehow in every single print, then I'll have done my job. If you listened to Adrian at the BMW factory, he basically gave me all the, without him really knowing it, he told me everything that I needed to know. Generally, you know, I'm trying to think of the ideas myself. You know, like if I'm not working for a client, if I'm doing personal stuff, I have to sit here and look out my window and see leaves being swirled around in a little wind tunnel in my backyard, and I wonder if I could program that. I wonder if I could program that movement and then map my artwork to this. You know, so I'm having to think these things myself. But he actually told me all the concepts and all the parameters because he's doing those same things with metal. I'm going to do the same thing with ones and zeros.
This car is sort of put together of curves and cuts.
Yeah.
It's not all fluid all around.
Right.
In our mind, you see the line coming into the body side, that's a real cut. And then there's a shoulder line that flows into the door handle, then stops. I
tried to ask him about concepts of the car, and it was about this play of light, about how certain, the first thing he mentioned was that everything was a hard line.
One thing is it has sharp lines. That's probably the first thing that you notice. That is not necessarily new to BMW, but what is very new is that there is surface twist. This is a horizontal surface with a little hollow right here.
Yeah.
Then it twists all the way. Now it's a vertical surface or near vertical surface.
Right.
Then it twists back up into horizontal.
But then he also said that it was also about how you tilt these hard lines so that some become shadow and some become highlight.
I mean, this line, for example, here the surface is positive, then there's a little hollow that develops and creates a little shadow, and then it runs out again.
Right.
It's positive again.
He also talked about that some of these hard lines would start and then stop, and then they would continue, but they would continue with a very, very subtle fold so that it would actually look like the line was behind fabric.
This line seems to disappear, but it shines through, through the body. So sometimes, we were inspired here by, let's say, cloth. When you put cloth over something hard, sometimes it shines through.
Absolutely. You know, you take something as an idea, as a starting point of inspiration, and then you create something completely new out of it. That's what I'm hoping to do with this, is sit in with this car and then try to make something that's inspired by spending time with this car. Now, what happens when I take a file like this, for example, and I take like the front part of the car?